we got some weird shadows going on here, but that is because it is late at night, because I just got back from seeing Thor Love and Thunder. Welcome to a movie review. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel every week, and then movie reviews just like this one here at the weekend. All of my movie reviews are spoiler free, and I will leave a playlist. Let's leave my playlist of my Marvel movie reviews linked up above in case you've missed any of them. And in a couple of minutes I'll leave my other movie reviews linked up above in case you are looking for something other than Thor Love and Thunder to watch this weekend. Yes, I am literally just in on a school night, hence looking like this, because I've been up since 5:30 and it's 11 o'clock. So yes, worth it though for Thor. We have another Marvel movie that I have seen in IMAX. I am lucky that I've got a couple of IMAX options near me. If you remember back to Spider-Man, I had to go a bit further afield and pay a lot more money to go and see Spider-Man in IMAX. So it's nice to be able to go and see it here. And I saw Doctor Strange in IMAX at the exact same cinema, and it is a good IMAX screen. It is a big IMAX screen. I'll leave that review linked up above as well. So firstly, I think that this is probably the Marvel film that has made me laugh the most. So other Thor movies, Spider-Man in some ways, some moments in Avengers mostly involving Thor, and Guardians of the Galaxy have made me laugh. And this is one of the reasons that I like Marvel so much, because there is a bit of everything that you get. But I think that this is the one that has made me laugh the most. And this is the one that I feel like has had the audience reaction of laughter the most. My cinema was pretty much full. So you've got the sort of 3 rows at the front before the stairs start, where not a lot of people sit, and there was nobody sat in that section. But I feel like from the railing up, it literally was completely full. I had a look at seats before going in because I like geeking out like that. And yeah, pretty much every time there was something funny, everyone was laughing. And so that's what you've got coming with Thor Love and Thunder, a lot of laughter. There are also a lot of wonderful cameos in this film. Cameos in the sense of other characters showing up, but cameos in the sense of other actors that you didn't know that were in this showing up as well. No spoilers, but I enjoyed the cameos. In terms of characters coming back that we know are in this film, obviously we know that Thor is back, and we know that we are going to get to see a bit of a transformation from where we left him the last time we saw him to where he is now. And then we know we're going to have Valkyrie back again, and seeing how she's getting on as King of New Asgard. And then we know we've got Korg coming back. We've got Korg coming back as Taika, now I always feel like I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Taika Waititi, I think, playing him, directing the film, writing the film, producing the film. Like, his name in the credits like popped up an awful lot, but I'm not mad about it. I think he does an amazing job, and right from when we met Korg as a character, yes, I liked him, and it was nice to have him back again as well. Obviously we know that there are some Guardians of the Galaxy in this film, and that bit was cool as well. I think I would have liked a little more Guardians of the Galaxy in here. However, we know that we have Guardians of the Galaxy 3 coming out. There is a date for that. I'm not sure when it is, but it's we know when it's coming, so that's not too bad to have to wait for that. But I like the dynamic of Thor and Guardians of the Galaxy. However, I do like the dynamic of Thor and Valkyrie, Thor and Korg. And then we have Natalie Portman coming back. Now, if you remember from me watching all of the Marvel films in IMAX when I was very new to Marvel, I sort of gave my first impressions of them, and a lot of those first impressions still stand. I sort of said, yeah, it was great apart from Gwyneth Paltrow, and it was great apart from Natalie Portman. I love her in other films. I do, I really do, but I just don't think she does well as this character. Like, I was kind of glad to see her go from the other Thor films, and that she didn't sort of pop up in Avengers in any way. And so, yeah, knowing that she was back, I was like, well, she's older and wiser and has even more acting experience, and this is a different Thor film, and, you know, she's going to have a bit more power going on. Yeah, she still really got to me. She still really annoyed me. She was very wooden, and I felt like maybe with some of the editing and what have you, that they'd maybe sort of got her to do some voice editing over what went on, and you could kind of see it. It was a little bit apparent. I mean, maybe it wasn't that. Maybe she just was that wooden. But there was, you know, shots when you could just see Chris Hemsworth. You could just see her talking to Thor, and there was a sort of, the voice was there, but you're like, is that really what she said in that point? And then some other parts where I was like, is that her doing that scene, or if they just put a mask on someone that looks a bit like her? I don't know, because she seemed a little bit more like dynamic in that scene than the previous scene. Now, I like the character coming back again. I like the Jane Foster coming back again. And obviously, you know, we know that she's come back in a sort of Thor capacity. We don't know the ins and outs of it. And again, no spoilers. But yeah, I like I say, I like the character coming back, but I really thought that she would be better. And she's really not. And that's annoying. We have a little sort of one very small scene with Darcy, with Kat Dennings. I want to say Dennings, who I love, and I would have had more of her. I love everything I see her in, and so her character coming back would have also been fine. Little Alexander Skarsgård popping back in as well. Do you know what I mean, Alexander? One of the Skarsgårds, anyway. The one who's in Thor. It's very late at night. So yeah, I liked that. And I liked her character coming back. But yeah, still stands that I just didn't feel like she did very well in the film. Then, yeah, let's sort of, obviously, Thor was fabulous, and the sort of plot was fabulous. I thought the writing was really good, actually. I thought it was really well written. It was really cleverly written. The sort of callbacks with the new stuff. Sometimes you don't want too many callbacks. Sometimes you don't want too much new stuff. I thought it was a really good balance. And then the balance of like comedy and heart meaningful moments and like battle, heroes to the rescue type of moments. There was a really good balance of that as well. And again, that could be direction, that could be editing, but I think a lot of it, that is down to writing as well. And so I really enjoyed that. The music, obviously, we know from the trailer that the music is very good. I will say, music-wise, I think it possibly suffers from one of those all the good stuff being in the trailer type of thing. Not the overall all the good stuff of the film is in the trailer, but music-wise, I feel like possibly most of the music that you get in like the big crescendo-y, dramatic, emotional woo moments kind of is in the trailer, but it's interesting, the songs that they've managed to get the rights to. Normally Guardians of the Galaxy is the one with all the songs, but yeah, it's some good music in there, and it's very fitting with what goes on along the way in the plot. I will say that some of the plot was quite deep and quite dark. I didn't expect quite so much darkness, but yeah, we've got Christian Bale in there, which, yeah, I didn't know he was going to be in it until I was sort of looking at the trailer a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh, that looks like Christian Bale. Let me check. Yes, it is. So yeah, there's not been, I don't feel like a lot of buzz around the fact that he's in there. But coming back to sort of sound and direction and special effects, I thought it was really good. Like, I was talking about it before going to see it, that I love how right Marvel gets their special effects. They never look, you know, your CGI and stuff, it never looks too cartoony. It never looks too like wrong or out of place. You fully believe that all these characters and humans and superheroes and gods are coming together in one place and coming together in that place and in outer space and in another galaxy. And so, yeah, the CGI was definitely on point. And I just thought the way the film was edited together was also very on point. There were moments where it could have been very chaotic, but it was smooth. We had some moments that were like slowed down, some moments that were more colour, some moments that were less colour, some moments that were louder, some moments that were quieter. And again, it was the right balance. It was what it needed to be. I've talked before about how Marvel films give me this like adrenaline. I feel like there was more adrenaline with the humour side of this. The fact that I laughed out loud quite a few times. It didn't necessarily give me that like excitement, adrenaline of like, oh, I'm worried about this battle. I think because it was sort of really tapered down to just a few number of characters, a smaller number of characters, fewer characters. Really should have waited till the morning to film this, clearly. But yeah, a smaller number of characters, and I think that's where it took away a little bit from the adrenaline of the fight scenes. But then I'm talking about, you know, Spider-Man just being Spider-Man in his film and still getting the adrenaline from that. So yeah, I definitely got it more from humour than from the actual plot and the actual like superhero-ness of it, Marvel-ness of it. But yes, I enjoyed most aspects of it. Will I be going to see it again on the big screen? I'm not sure. I mean, I saw Spider-Man 4 times, but I think this might be one of those that I don't see again on the big screen, just because I don't currently have a cinema subscription. I think even if I had a cinema subscription, I would have to wait until the summer holidays to go and see it again. It's definitely a great length. It didn't feel long. I didn't notice the time. That's the great thing about a Marvel movie, isn't it? Is you really don't notice the time going by, even if it is on the longer side. But it's just over 2 hours. Really not too bad. A lot of laughs. I laughed out loud. Should you pay your cinema going money to go and see it? Yes, absolutely. Should you go and see it in an enhanced format? Yes, absolutely. A lot of these Marvel films now, Star Wars, DC, all of them, parts of it are filmed in IMAX. So if you can go and see it on an enhanced screen, it's absolutely worth it. You're paying the money to go to the cinema anyway. You may as well pay a couple of extra quid to go and see it in IMAX. And I tell you what, the credits were really great in IMAX too. Like this like hairband style credits coming through with the, oh yes. Anyway, I enjoyed the credits too. And we know what Marvel credits are like, and I enjoyed the Marvel credits. Yes. Would have liked less Natalie Portman. Would have maybe liked a couple more character cameos, but you know, the film isn't just for me, it's for everyone, and everyone should definitely go and see it. And yeah, I will be back with an actual weekend movie review for you very, very soon. I have my review of Elvis coming up for you, so you're not going to want to miss that. So make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. And as always, let me know in comments if there is another movie coming up very soon that I can go and watch in the summer holidays for you and bring my thoughts to you here next time. Then do let me know. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I will see you with my next video very soon.